particles or debris and water bodies that are not hyacinth. So what about those ones? And the security situation, is there any what is the union doing about trying to ensure that there's an improvement on the security of waterways with regards to working with security agencies?
Okay, when I spoke with the chairman, he said they're trying to partner with the securities to make sure that everything is in place. Meanwhile, they've been working with them before now, giving them information.
So how did they come about knowing that? Because he mentioned that some of these people that came in, or these people that come in, are not residents in Port Harcourt, they're not from within this region. They come from neighboring states and then perpetrate these crimes, and then they leave the state just like that. That's what he said.
Yeah.
So what is are the local communities also involved in trying to see how they can tackle this problem? And for the police, what statements have they given with regards to this?
Okay, thank you very much. But when I interviewed him, trying to find out how did it come about this issue, the information. So he said that immediately that attack on the boat driver that died, that they got information from the military officers in charge of that area that these people they've arrested these guys, and from there they found out that these persons are not from River State; they are coming from the neighboring states. That's what he told me.
Was anyone mentioned? Any of the states mentioned?
No, I didn't mention any state.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, though, for the details, though. All right. I'm pretty sure if we need more from you, we'll get you into the studio. Thank you very much. So let's go back to our phone lines and know what you think about the situation of things so far. Saying that they come from neighboring states. Whose responsibility is it solely? NEMASA is supposed to also play a role in this. At least we heard the DG talk about it and say that insecurity in waterways is a problem, and NEMASA would love to improve on that part, aside just generating much revenue for the year. We also know that the government of River State is saddled with the responsibility of ensuring that property and lives are protected. And they've also said that they've been contributing to enhance that aspect, providing gunboats and other equipments that are needed. But still, why are we having this situation coming on and on? What are the local communities doing as well to aid the police and security agencies to stop this? Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Mr.
Yes, you're welcome. Your name?
This is Mr. Anthony from Bayelsa.
All right, Anthony from Bayelsa. Go ahead, Anthony.
I want to lay my voice to this Africa Saga. That's the sea pirate.
Okay, go ahead.
I live in my mission. I live in a community whereby we don't have food and that same problem was occurring. It was a kind of a recurring problem. And I happen to, have a rapport with these marine guys, because those guys have always carried on. They have marine union, and then so virtually everybody owns speedboats in this environment. And if there is any intruder, they will know. And whenever they come, but they always come here to speedboats. And when they want to, just like sometimes we see some people will be traveling, and we see pirates will come on board. Now, they will order all the travelers to put them on the what's it called? They call it Angara or something like that. So the bank group, and they will take both. And later say we hear that they have recovered how the marine young guys know where these guys are hanging. They know the community that are hanging. They know their camp, and they know when they come out. So if them too can apply that kind of thing, those people that are there, that the marine guys, these foot drivers, they can as well set up a task force. So they go to all these communities where they are hanging. They are not far from this in that route they are passing. They are somewhere. They have a camp there. So apart from from government or the security, like the army and the rest of them, they too they should set up their own task force, and they will get information. They know themselves there.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. All right, quickly, in the next few minutes, let's get back to our correspondent, Frida Alerechi. Quickly. Yes, I forgot to ask. I think you should clarify this for us. The local government chairman for Krika, is he aware of the situation, and what is he doing within his own powers to see that there is safety on the waterways in that Krika local government area?
Okay, Andrew, I called him yesterday, but I wasn't picking my call. But today, when I called him, he saw my text and responded. He said he's not aware. That is the first time he's hearing for the first time from me, but definitely will get back to me soon.
The first time he's hearing this particular incident,
From
or the
me,
first time he's
from
hearing about sea piracy on that
this
route?
particular incident.
Okay, this particular incident. So, okay.
And this thing happened last month. The killing of the man happened 24th of last month. That's what he said, according to what he told me.
Okay, it happened 24th of last month, and he hasn't heard about it. Is this because perhaps the boat union people did not deliver the message across, or the police did not try to relate to him, or his team didn't try to pass this information to him? Because as a local government chairman, he's supposed to be one of the first people to be aware of these happenings within his environment. So he says he's not aware.
Yeah, when I spoke with the board chairman, I also asked him, have you reached the local government chairman? He said no, because the governor suspended that he just came in. That was on Monday.
Okay.
And I went there yesterday. That he just came in, but
there was somebody in acting capacity. Weren't there anybody in acting capacity as at the time they were suspended?
I think that the vice was there.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, though, for
Thank
that
you
one.
very much.
All right, we'll be ending the show shortly because we have a special program for the next 10 minutes. So we'll see how we can take at least one more call, or go to our SMS portal and see your messages first before we wrap things up on the platform for today. Let's hear what this person has to say. Hello to the 95.1 FM. Good afternoon. Good evening.
Andrew, I have to roll in before.
Go ahead.
Look, Andrew, seriously, these people are known. You understand? These people are known, just like what the last caller said. They are known. I am telling you that if the governor wants them, he wants to know who is doing this, he will know. He will know. And again, the other day, was it last week, the governor of Bayelsa State was with some naval chiefs, and he was thanking them and all that for their efforts. I don't even see the River State governor collaborating or doing anything with the security agents. I don't know why, but the insecurity in River State, I feel if they want to River State government don't need federal government to stop it. But these people that you see, you understand, they are creations of the politicians. So because they are their creations, they cannot stop them. They use them every election cycle. You understand? They wait for them, they arm them, they give them these things for election. So they are using them. So how can they go after these same people? That is the problem. You understand? That is the problem. It's not a difficult thing. They are all known. But is the government ready to go after them? No. So for me, I feel that we should stop playing this politics or blaming that if there's anybody that will lead the way when it comes to security in River State, is the River State governor. But in which area have you seen him leading or even talking to? Honestly,
thank you very much. But we have to go now because we need to wrap things up quickly. Let's just take this message before we go. NIMASA is responsible for curbing sea piracy. What is Dakoko Peterside doing? Rather, is complaining of Wanosike Shame Shalom from Ogbunabali. And this one will be the last one on the show. Good day, Mr. Andrew. My name is Promise Walker from Elele Alumini. My point is that the APC government promised us absolute security, both land, water, and air, but none of this have been credited. Why do we have NIMASA, and what is their function? This APC is a rubber stamp government in the pity. Okay, Walker, thank you very much. Well, that's how we wrap it up here on the show. Thank you all. The platform has been a production of our news department, put together by Victor Ezeyama. Until tomorrow when we'll do this again, have a lovely, lovely evening. My name remains Ifeami Andrew.
Talk radio. I listen to a lot of talk radio.
95.1 FM.
Radio has never been this good. Today, 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt. Port Harcourt, are you ready? Today, 95.1 FM, the voice of the people.
Good to have you here. Representatives from Daily Income, Engineer Offer Monday. He's the MD CEO for Vision Nigeria Limited. Good to have you here.
Good morning.
Mr. Gabriel Hirpreneur.
Thank you. Good morning.
Engineer Victor Etin. Good to have all of you here.
Good morning.
for the sake of the so many who have not heard this, and I'll be surprised if they haven't, but for the sake of those who haven't, what is Daily Income Stores?
Okay, for those who are tuning in for the first time to this frequency, Daily Income Store is a physical store here. Of course, that all you need to do is to walk into this store to do your own shopping. Of course, and then after your shopping, you have to drop your account details. Why do you have to do that? So that as other people are shopping from that same store, you'll be getting daily income or daily alert. And the good news is that this store sells things that we cannot do without. For example, you are hearing me right now. You cannot stay without not brushing your mouth. You're going to use chewing stick or toothpaste. You cannot stay without not taking your bath. You're going to use solid soap, liquid soap, or solid soap. That means human being daily needs and want cannot be satisfied. All these things are available in Daily Income Stores. Your normal daily needs and want, things you cannot do without. So all you need to do is to walk into Daily Income Stores only once in a year to do your shopping. Then you drop your account details. As other people are shopping after you from the same store, you'll be getting daily income. We are already 18 years in over 100 countries. We are already 7 years in Nigeria. And we are telling you we are holding a big business event because some people don't know about this. That are holding a training to show them how things works. And of course, if you are already hearing me and you're looking forward to have an extra income, looking forward to have a project, for financing a project, you need money to actually take it to a level. We can show you this opportunity. You go to Daily Income Stores, you do your shopping. Of course, you drop your account details. As other people are shopping after you, you'll be getting daily income. So if you're interested to be part of this event, we're going to give you details more soon.
What makes this store different? What's the innovation? What's special about Daily Income Stores?
Honestly speaking, I've been saying this over and over again. What makes us different is this. Traditionally, walk into any store, what you do is that you give money in exchange for goods or services. That's what you do traditionally. And of course, you walk out of the store. Transaction has been completed. But in Daily Income Stores, you don't just give money in exchange for goods or services. The company will give you an opportunity to drop your account details. That's what makes us different. That's what makes us unique. That's what makes us quite called that advancement in technology. That is the innovation about our business.
All right then. So shop and then drop your account
details.
And as people shop after you
in that same particular store, not all the stores.
That's okay. Not all the stores.
Not all the stores.
Okay.
There's a particular store you go to do your shopping. This store is already 7 years in Nigeria.
Mr. Gabriel Hero, how real is this? How true is this? Has this happened to you before?
For me, my experience with Daily Income Stores is phenomenal. And that's because as a business coach and a mentor, I'm always very keen to know the root of everything I'm into, especially when I look at the relationship between myself and the people I'm mentoring. So at Daily Income Stores, I've come to realize that for every budding entrepreneur, they have the necessary business skill that's required of anybody who wants to go out there and make money. And you're not just making money. In today's world, there's what we call sustainable development. And for you to have a sustainable development, you have to think of a sustainable source of income. And Daily Income Source is one store that gives you that guarantee that you can actually make money on a sustainable basis. For example, my personal testimony, when I went to Daily Income Source for the very first time.
Where did you hear them on radio, just like this?
Yeah, already. I was driving. I was driving to my normal business day. I heard them talking about Daily Income Source over the radio. So I picked interest. I got the number. I text. I think that day it was text something. Enjoy. Yes. So I was keen to really enjoy the ride with Daily Income Source. So I got there. I sat down. I listened to everything. Their seminar presentation was awesome, and the guys were very nice with me as a person. So then I asked a few questions, and they answered me adequately. Then I shopped, and after shopping, they asked me to drop my account number, which was something I've never seen before. And I thought, is this for? I said, okay, let me just drop the account number. So I did. I left the account number with them. Got their product home. Their products were very awesome. The product, the beverages, everything were wonderful. Share with you, my neighbors, and they loved it. Then a few days later, I got an alert in my phone. And it was from Daily Income Stores. So at that point, I was convinced that for real, this thing is legitimate. This thing is real.
It's real.
And people are actually making a lot of money at Daily Income Stores.
Okay, good. So I'm also going to ask Mr. Victor now to share his experience.
All right, thank you very much. My humble self, I actually heard about Daily Income Stores on radio. Actually, it was on a Saturday because I worked in one of the multinationals, and no, I don't work on Saturdays. So it was on a Saturday. I tuned to my radio. I heard about Daily Income Stores where you shop once, you drop your account number, you get paid as other customer shops after you. Of course, the first day I heard, I doubted it. I did not believe it. I was wondering how possible was it that you go and shop, then you get paid as other customer shops from the same store. It was the second Saturday I heard about it again. I said, okay, a question came to me, have you not used toothpaste? I answered myself, I've used toothpaste. So why not go and see? I went to the program. On getting there, I saw that the products they actually had were all NAFDA certified, toothpaste, soap, beverages, things that we use every day.
Every day.
Of course, they are packed in hampers. I decided to pitch and hamper for myself. Before I left, I dropped my account details. I got home, I told my wife about it. We used the product. It was awesome. Of course, I told all my neighbors and every other person. Wednesday, they did their shopping. But today, a few days later, I got an alert. I must confess to you that what I'm getting from Daily Income Stores today has been wow. I don't want to mention figures on the air, but for those that are listening,
they're looking at you. You know it's wow. And this has been consistent. As people have continually
as other people keep shopping from the same stores. Of course, so 2 years. That's what I'm saying. For 2 years now, it's not what it's just happening.
Daily Income money 2 years now.
Of course, it's not new. That's why we are here in this city to tell the people about it.
So who can be part of the training?
Actually, we are expecting to see everybody. We are expecting doctors, engineers, commissioners, educated, not educated. As far as you are spending money every day, you deserve to make money every day from Daily Income Stores. At least everybody, of course, need an extra income. And definitely it's a one opportunity for you. I shopped 4 years ago. So I've been getting daily alerts for the past 4 years. So you are doubting, come and see me at the venue of the program. And it's going to happen tomorrow, no African time. By 11 o'clock for the morning section. You cannot come by morning. We have the evening section by 4 p.m. It's an hour training. We have question time for question and answer. For those who want to actually do their shopping, you can do it at the venue of the program. You can pick your packages at the venue of the program. You can always drop your account number because bankers are always there for those who don't have account number to open the account. So we have free product for the first 100 participants. No more 10. But we normally have crowds in our program, so we're increased to 100 right now. So you're interested, just text the word enjoy. For those who want to enjoy in 2019, I think you're going to hear me call the number. Please text the word enjoy.
Just text enjoy to this number
0803 745 3061. 0803 745 3061. Again, 0803 745 3061.
Okay, so I know that this is fantastic. I mean, you said you've been with it 2 years, you had 4 years, you last year, and then it has been awesome. But as we all know, with every business, there's got to be some risk to it. There must be something about the job that you must tell people that see you.
Okay. Sure. There's a risk involved. The risk involved is that if you shop from Daily Income Stores and no one else shop from that store, the store cannot pay us because
that particular store now.
That particular store. It's not Ponzi scheme, it's not cryptocurrency, it's not charity organization, it's not an NGO. This is a real business opportunity. So, but the question is that would there ever be a time people will not shop from the store? The answer is no. People keep shopping every day. For the past 7 years, this store has been in Nigeria. We are shopping every single day. And of course, the good news is that we get daily income. And I think, let him say the final word because we're running out of time.
All right, go ahead. Let me have the final word.
For those sitting at home still doubting, is it real? Is it possible? I want to tell you, for 2 years now, I've been earning this money. The first day I had, I actually doubted it. So for you to be part of this program, like we said, you need to text us enjoy to this number so that we can reserve a seat for you. The numbers
0803 745 3061. 0803 745 3061. Again, 0803 745 3061.
Like we said, you need to text us enjoy to this number so that we can reserve a seat for you. We are going to reply you accordingly.
And you did not tell us last year, John, all expense paid trip because was
he on the trip?
Yeah, last year.
Of course. Okay. All expense paid trip.
Also coming. I saw his name already.
He's okay. I know those of us who just came in to go.
That's a good one.
Let me get your last word, Femi.
All right, for me, I would like to say seeing is believing. Don't just sit back home and hear this program on radio and ask questions to yourself. If you have any questions, just come to Daily Income Stores. Bring all the questions, bring all your reservations to Daily Income Stores. Everything will be taken care of.
Okay,
Fantastic.
for my own, the final word is that the difference between where you are right now and where you want to be tomorrow is action. You cannot always complain about the economy, you cannot always complain about the government, you cannot complain about everything. You have the right to take action, you have the right to take decision to do different things to get a different result. So if I want to be part of this event, product we have is for the first 100 people that will be at the program. Just send the word enjoy.
The numbers
0803 745 3061. 0803 745 3061. Again, 0803 745 3061. 1.
See you there. God bless you. Remain blessed.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Talk radio. I listen to a lot of talk radio.
95.1 FM.
Every day, every hour, when the big stories break, depend on our 24-hour news team to bring you the latest. Today, 95.1 FM.
Good evening and welcome to today's edition of Bits and Pieces on your premium talk radio, Today 95.1 FM. I am Ifeemi Andrew. We bring you a report from Kano State, which said the police arrested a 20-year-old man identified as Bashir Yahaya for stabbing a nurse in the neck. Reports said Bashir carried out the act after Aisha Kabir allegedly resisted his attempt to rape her in a clinic at Taludu quarters in Gwale area of the state where the nurse worked. Spokesman for the Kano State Police Command, DSP Abdullahi Haruna, said the police stormed the scene following a tip-off and conveyed the victim who had cuts on her neck to the hospital. Haruna said the suspect was arrested at the scene of the crime and the exhibit of a knife with bloodstain was recovered from him. Upon interrogation, the suspect was said to have confessed to how he attempted to rape the victim and stabbed her when she resisted. And in Lagos, a 41-year-old tailor identified as Monday Udor is reported to have appeared before a magistrate's court for allegedly damaging a customer's clothes worth 10,000 naira. Udor, who is said to be facing a count charge of malicious damage, was said to have damaged the materials during the process of ironing. The prosecuting officer, Inspector Olugbenga Salami, told the court that one Ugo Friday took his clothing material to the defendant's shop for sewing, but Udo could not return it as of when due. Salami further explained that when Friday eventually called back to collect his clothes from Udo, the materials were partly burnt in the process of ironing. Reports said the complainant asked for a refund of the cost of the clothes, but the defendant refused to pay. And still in Lagos, one Kehinde Adesanya is reported to have been arraigned for allegedly stabbing another woman with a broken bottle. The 34-year-old woman, who is facing a count charge of assault occasioning harm to which he pleaded not guilty, was reported to have carried out the act at 72 Isawo Road, Owutu, in Agric area of the state. The prosecuting officer, Sergeant Mary Ajiteru, told the court that the Adesanya unlawfully stabbed one Abosede on her left arm with a broken bottle, which caused her bodily injury. And still in Lagos, again, an undergraduate identified as Abiodun Allen is reported to have been sentenced to death by a high court for stabbing his younger brother to death. Allen, who was convicted of a one-count charge of murder, was said to have carried out the act following a disagreement over their father's property. Reports said the 33-year-old had stabbed his brother Wale with a broken bottle at their family house on Orisha Street after he visited the family home to settle a dispute over their late father's property, which was allegedly taken over by Abiodun. Allen was said to have stabbed Wale several times in the neck before he dragged the body to a bush and covered it with leaves. Police investigation showed how the body was discovered, and upon interrogation, Allen admitted to killing his younger brother with a broken bottle and how he was about to bury the corpse before he was intercepted. And on the foreign scene, one Pamela Rambanapasi is reported to have been remanded in prison custody by a court in Zimbabwe for suffocating a child to death. Reports said Pamela was arrested after she allegedly zipped up a newly born baby in a suitcase, thereby suffocating the baby to death. The woman, who is said to be married as a second wife, allegedly lied to her husband that she had a 3-month pregnancy when the pregnancy was actually due. She then gave birth to a baby boy in the absence of her husband and shoved the baby into a suitcase without her husband's knowledge. Her husband, however, returned home and he saw her bleeding, and when he asked, Pamela lied to her husband that the blood was pregnancy complications. The baby was later discovered after a nurse at the hospital told her husband had taken her to confirm that there was no baby in her womb. And with that, we conclude this edition of Bits and Pieces, as produced by Sasango Stella of the News Department. Thank you for your time. Until tomorrow, do have a lovely evening. I am Ifeemi Andrew.
Radio has never been this good. Today, 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt.
I can feel it. It's going to be big. Two brands tested and trusted in the Nigerian entertainment industry. One World Global Records and MSN.
Coming to PH City, Oshefili Community Hall. Performing live, Two-Face, Don't Mighty, Techno, Young Sam, Harrison, Orexi, Young Six, Godons, Abororo, Agodai, Sheilo, Kenny Black, and many more. On the wheels of steel, DJ Neptune, DJ K-Wise, and many more. Host Tom Bobele and Armanda. Date 26th May 2019. Red carpet 5 p.m. Main event 6 p.m. Aztec Welcome, Stadium Road, Port Harcourt. Ticket regular 2,000 naira. Table 1 million naira. Get your ticket at Port Harcourt Mall, Old Kilimanjaro Outlet, Genesis Center GRA, and www.teleafricaticket.com. For inquiries, call 0706 608 9187. Sheffield Community Hall. Supported by Hip TV, Night House Lords, Fufu NG, Penula Events, Petrus Guards, PH Mega Fashion Show, Niger Vibes, Palm Drive, PHC Promo, Cake Market, Wise Man Media, and Today FM.
Your premium talk radio station, Today 95.1 FM. And we have great news for you guys. First of all, I'd like you to answer a few questions. Are you hungry for financial freedom?
And also, do you desire an alternative source of income?
Are you tired of landlord wahala?
Do you crave for a cruise that is in your dream car?
What about a world-class quality education for your children?
And hey, how would you love to get a genuine wealth and good legacies for your children?
Do you think...
Port Harcourt, are you ready? Today, 95.1 FM, the voice of the people.
This is Today 95.1 FM. To copy this tune, press 9.
This is Today 95.1 FM.
For current news and information, press 5.
They are politicians, all of them. They know what they do.
So they know how they attack each other.
To stay connected all day, press 1.
The person who raised the name is the one who made the public know about
Good afternoon and welcome to the World News on your premium talk radio station.
We are your premium talk radio station. Today 95.1 FM, the station with a unique dial.
Port Harcourt, are you ready? Today, 95.1 FM, the voice of the people.
Oga Madam carry body join Pastor Talking Drum on top testimony time, overcomers time every Sunday morning 6 to 8 a.m. Anyhow way be. My Baba God 9 they keep all of us. Make you no go anywhere. So don't put on top today 95.1 FM. Voice of
countrywoman, you don't hear say with only taking money 3,000 naira. 3,000 naira. You fit come sit down with Pastor Talking Drum every Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays to talk about your handwork. And but if you did radio, make a call this number 080-3466-3771. Make a call them again in case your hand in the summer. 080-3466-3771. Hallelujah. Come sit down with the Pastor Talking Drum. We'll talk about your handwork. On top today, 95.1 FM, the voice of the people. Show me your handwork here. Plenty things.
DJ Watcha, DJ Misa. Okay, all right. Good evening. This evening time don't reach what will summer you the big ones we don't happen inside Pittsburgh, River State, and Nigeria and the world at large. As I be go through the newspapers this morning, and I can't realize I can't see something will touch me well for inside newspaper, and it pain me even though I don't know the reason why they go do that kind of thing or talk that kind of thing. For independent newspaper Nigeria, you know the paper will be independent newspaper now. No, I know people they do election.
Yeah, I think
independent newspaper and people they do paper.
Yeah,
all the paper way they use for Nigeria. Now then they do the election for the paper and everything.
I think because IN the inside the independence newspaper.
This one INN.
Okay, INN.
That's in.
When you enter inside,
you understand? They enter paper where. So it's in paper, independent newspaper Nigeria. All the paper where you see, even all this one will do paper, anything.
But the carry by we are safe.
Now them get paper. Now their paper finish. That's why they are in, so they are inside paper. You understand? So they can't go write something. They say the title of the this is say reduce number of Nigerians you give visa. Federal government begs EU. You know EU?
Now Europe now.
Yes, that's European Union.
Europe.
Yes, European Union. So all these people where they struggle to go Canada, all these people where they struggle to go UK, all these people they want come out for Nigeria. So federal government they tell European Union that we don't like the way you're giving Nigerians visa.
Free card.
Stop giving Nigerians visa.
Yes.
So now we want Nigerians to stay in Nigeria and die
Europe
in Nigeria. Europe to stay in Europe. Why Nigerians should stay in Nigeria? So that is what federal government, they're even begging them. We beg you, don't give Nigerians visa again.
I tell you now.
How you see this matter?
We just now because you don't miss home. Home they miss them too.
Yeah, there's no place like home.
No place like home now.
Come back home.
Let them come back home. Let them repatriation them like expired drug.
What are you going to do abroad when there is home here? Very good home.
But it's our sweet food.
You understand?
You know, even though Jibo they try to top our food. Long throat, it don't they worry them. The long throat they rule them.
Oh, the better things when the Nigeria they live up, they come out. Why? You don't understand? You are calling your level of foods. Continue.
What does you mean? You want to chop go make you go posh?
That's the kind of food you know. Don't you know what's called shrimps?
What in shrimp? That's where they make person.
Shrimps.
You can't get spider.
Pronounce after me. Shrimps. Shrimps. No, you allow breeze to blow out of your
avocado
in between your upper lip and lower lip. It comes like breeze.
Let's say you want to blow whistle.
Yes, it breeze. Shrimps. You bless the person you're talking to with.
Why they peace now?
No, you give it. It's peace.
That means you don't pour the person is spitting now.
No, it's peace you're giving to the person.
It's a peace now. Some peace.
It's shrimps. You now give the person
shrimps.
You know.
Person go come swallow the peace.
Yes, and you have not chopped the this.
You mean
it's a level of food that can it can rewrite the handwriting and the ordinances of the devil over a man's life. It's when you chop shrimps, you chop
what in shrimp now?
Shrimps,
What in shrimp?
My sister.
What in now?
Now people they chop and know.
So you know even know now you the identification the thing like say you don't sabi am.
Now for book I read them.
Thank God say I know the chop wetin I know sabi you.
Now book I read them.
Only you don't use only that chopstick where they carry chop. You don't use and chop before.
Do chops that China people this
way.
What is
that in na
are you at this every day?
That in na only pick call.
Call now you the call.
This live you don't like.
Now you the one calling.
You say they eat am every day.
They eat stick every day. Is it not that Chinese? Chinese.
Argue with you. Who is me to argue with you?
You know a chop chewing stick.
Why they disgrace me like
that? You don't even anything. You don't know what's up.
Why they? I put things what you talk about now spaghetti. What the round one they never boil and for fire now.
No, you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. There's the chopping stick.
It's not chopping stick. It's chopstick. Chopstick.
The chopstick na person we don't use and finish. Chopping stick na person we still use them.
Honey, which country where they make
chopstick?
Now your community chopstick you talk about.
Where you don't use them.
Now your community.
Now chewing stick we have my community. mistake again. If I'm gonna take music, I'm gonna take music. Take music. We are coming back now. Take music. Take music. Okay, that one are the first one, no.
Yes.
So, federal government they beg European Union make them reduce the number of visa what they give Nigeria.
Yes.
So we too come out. We are too committed. What's our country stay one place? They want us to stay one place. This a good government. They want Nigeria to stay at home.
It's good.
So that we'll be well trained.
Because even me, I don't even know my cousin.
You see, you don't know.
I don't even. In case maybe now my mistake now one of your cousins pick on the those you.
You understand? You know, go know so now your relative.
Just now.
It's not good. So let everybody be at home. So it can be one big family. That's good. So then another thing, I don't know whether you don't notice them. Some people sometimes people go like for their motor, private car or taxi or for person motor share, you go come carry Bible. Carry Bible put for front of
for the
dashboard. Where that's the Bible now got the content with the demons where they come.
Yes.
All those kind of things. So that one. Some people too go put chaplet. Some people go chaplet, rosary, that kind of thing. Some people they hang different. Some people go buy cross, hang, and all those things. So which one where you don't see? Where we say we make you?
It shock you.
It because me the Bible when I see this evening, I don't say that man not open that Bible 60 years. If that Bible,
I didn't with you, honey.
If you open them, if you say Jesus don't clean for his head.
The man never open them before.
Oh God.
The way they say the Bible.
The Bible don't. That's dust way down alone. They even
no, that man no they pray.
You're gonna forget Holy Ghost inside that Bible.
No, Jesus go to avoid that kind that Bible. So say my son talk to me direct.
You understand? I check out because if this man put this Bible here for this kind of long time and you know they open them. So how the Bible can take the effective or waiting in the walk. Some people too go put rosary, they go put all those things, they know they even use and pray or anything. So how what will be the importance or economic evaluation of and rendition of this
let me add a recruitment. I say recommendation, now let me add recruitment.
Who called recommendation?
You said recommendation of the Bible. Only waiting now, no waiting you don't talk now, they follow you don't talk.
Hey!
You said what is the recommendation?
How can I
you're sitting now.
How will I speak a small grammar?
You're sitting now.
I know speak small grammar. It's rendition.
Who the render am now? Who the render?
It's the owner of the Bible.
Why could they sing the song?
It's rendering the Bible to the demons.
Honey, yes. See one way I don't see him. I don't know. But the man they go that church within the church shake head way.
Okay.
The man carry anointing oil put for
middle of it.
For this thing. Small time go carry him. Spray for the window. Clean him. You understand?
Are you there inside that motor?
I read the front seat. I know say I know reach where they go. I drop. Because the man know they talk.
Okay.
And he go talk inside his mouth. He go talk inside his mouth.
As you see the two in they do now I
drop.
You drop along the way.
I drop.
Complete your journey.
Man, when they phone clean the window. You see the man just there, he go talk inside his mouth. Before you can that olive oil. He go open them. Sprinkle them for that window side. I know whether they see spirit of death.
Okay.
Now I say, okay, I want to come down. He said, nobody to go. I say, okay, I want to come down here. No, it's not the one I don't see.
That's it, fear.
I don't know if it's fear. Now, which the Bible says
it's not to bring out your own anointing.
Only the Bible says wisdom is profitable to direction.
Leave that thing. Now, not be so one woman too. They say the woman they pray for park. You know these people they pray before motor.
Just
take
now,
off,
they can't collect money.
So the woman come pray finish. As the woman pray finish, I no can know where the woman. Instead of want to end the prayer well,
yes.
You can say, brothers and sisters, get ready to meet your Jesus.
As in the traffic, I go praise that woman.
No, people even begin drop from the boat to leave her.
That woman carry spirit of death. They escort her.
Make only and go meet Jesus. They never ready.
Some people,
Yeah. Oh God! All right, so that's what I'm waiting to talk about this evening. So, which symbol or which objects where you don't see for front of motor? Me, I don't also see one where they go by Jesus. The man first put carpet, first put rug for on top for Jesus. Then come put Jesus for the middle. So Jesus did. Yeah.
So Jesus don't turn to waiting.
He go with
him everywhere.
No. Now co-driver, co-pilot. So others are different types there. So you can tell us the one where you don't see. And waiting you feel say the thing they walk for these people where they use them or where they put them. Waiting be the work. All right, 0817 00951 or 0810 9510 951 for text message and WhatsApp 07019339962. All right, Moko, pick the first call. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. A woman.
Now, woman, now. Good evening, ma.
You be woman, baby, man.
It's a woman.
A woman, I do.
You do your voice.
Now, prayer warrior for your church, now.
Your voice, David.
She's the prayer warrior.
But welcome, woman. What will be your name?
Like my voice.
No, not really, man. No, not be complete man.
She's a woman, man.
No, not really. They like man. Just he can't be like say like for instance now. If you and your husband come they exchange word, best way they work up as go fit is na two women, two men they talk. But it's not your portion in Jesus' name.
Mem.
Wait till be your name and where they call us from.
My name is Bless on the corner from Potako.
See Bethany uncle.
Blessing.
But welcome. Bless.
Yeah, that's the one thing about I laugh at that day.
Jesus, this one will make you laugh. Wait till be that.
Right, Babylon by boss.
Babylon. Who's a Babylon with you? You know here they laugh.
By quote. Even if you know you no go after.
Okay, Babylon by boss. That means the motor go reach Babylon. I mean when on my train they run no. Turn that. Turn that like this. Okay. Thank you. For the federal government, you get anything to talk? This is your laugh. It's your laugh, eh?
You say that now the man laughs anything laughing.
Okay. Should I tell you?
Every day I listen. Next night, enemy live longer. I see what I will become
in future.
Because which enemy live longer. And those people know they become anything, no?
Nothing.
They never become anything. Which future?
Next night, enemy live long. I see what I will become.
Try.
There are many motors for you.
Okay, all right.
Everything last faster. That's Babylon by boss. Now I want to my three, so I'm Babylon.
Nah, in Babylon there for my three.
The Babylon.
Now Babylon 3.
Like part 3 now. Season 3.
All right, thank you. But this one can't even carry us enter inside sticker too. Don't worry. We don't want to see for keke. Keke people don't craze. Keke people are not normal.
No, so them build.
They craze.
They are soft and no be.
He say, shut up, are you God? I say, keke man, they tell me to shut up, are you God?
No, we talk about stickers, you go see plenty.
No, that one, eh? Okay.
Don't say touch me and die. I carry fire.
Hello.
Udem, I'm talking drum.
Good evening.
Yes. How are they today?
We're fine.
Okay, this is Stanley from Port Harcourt.
Stanley.
All right, Stanley, welcome.
Yes. For the mattress we want to get today. First one, federal government is begging EU reduce the way they give visas to Nigerians.
Yes.
Well, it's a good one, but the visas should be reduced across board from the top down to the last, including whoever that is going for medical check.
Chidekele, this man, you're a wicked man.
Yes.
Stanley, your name is not Stanley.
Now you're Stan.
We need to make this country work.
Oh God.
And for this country to work, the people who are begging and the people who they beg on their behalf.
That's the beggar and the beggee.
And the beggee.
Beggee, yes.
Oh, yes.
Continue. The beggar and the beggee. Everybody should reduce the visa for across board.
If they say they need to reduce the amount of visa they give to Nigerians, it would be so callous if our leaders to take whatever thing they want. Some of them, when they have headache, they will fly abroad. Are not doing what they're supposed to do here. And that's why this country is the way it is. So if you are at the top echelon,
Incheron.
Okay, thank you.
I think you don't see that man now. You see him last week.
Thank you.
Incheron, I'm married now.
Leave this man.
So the second one.
Incheron.
What people put on their vehicle, well, I believe that goes by faith.
Okay.
By faith.
Yes. People put. I think that one is based on people's faith. Possibly.
Okay, waiting there for your own motto.
Yes, I have rosary.
Rosary on your car. Okay, in front of your car.
Rosemary now.
And, like you talked about people who don't. I have one in my house that I pray.
They pray with. Okay.
Sometimes when I get to church program that demand rosary, and,
maybe you forgot. You go take down for motabi. So na spare rosary.
They speak like speak Tayanang.
Udeme.
Oh, Jess, I don't send them because I would wait for you yesterday and I don't see you or this. I don't send them now. Check and get me a feedback.
It's okay. Thank you very much.
Oh, Jess.
Okay, all right. So, Waboku, they move on this evening. Inside this evening, be like the second line, no, they walk. So if you send your text message, send your text message, send your WhatsApp, anyone. Send them now to 070-193399-62 070-193399-62 for phone lines 0810-9510-951 or 0817-0000-951. All right. Hello. Evening.
Good difference, sir. I didn't find out.
Sorry, see.
Why
in the verse you? Where are you going to?
No be Israeli Keto or Jerusalem.
Yes.
If you travel in Kenya, reach Kenya, go to Nigeria, you like soup go down tower. You don't want me to go experience good and come back. But I give them too.
Okay.
No, you have to know this. That is wickedness. People will follow for life. I go vote. I ain't going to say they no give vote. Sorry. What you are doing. No good. You know what? Any day when they seek for this, but I'm going to say they no give you.
No, forget about. I love my country.
To know your country.
I love my country.
Pastor, for the motor. The motor issue. Don't look anything where they write for the motor. Look at enter motor. I never see anything where they look now. Now that brought 90
Now brought 90. This guy, man. No problem. Now you go abroad here.
To make a money to come back empty-handed.
No, Korea.
You can't consign us if you make them, you don't make them.
You go to go waste your time. Come back.
If you like, you make them.
You always be my pastor on Sunday morning. You think also on Monday morning. You don't like me again.
Now you know that one. That's where they talk. Bye bye. Pharisee.
Only when you don't join native doctor.
You don't mind Pharisee. No.
How can you say my husband is a native doctor?
They take some kind of things.
Jace,
don't
mind me.
Enter here. Can they talk with you? Understand? All right, 0817-0000-951, 0810-951-0951. Hello, good evening.
Yes, good evening.
Yeah, evening, my brother. Welcome.
She from your radio.
Moto.
Mr. Cosmos, calling from Iba.
Huh? That guy name. Cosmos.
That name still here.
Welcome.
Yes. That policy we federal government want bring they very wicked, no good.
Is a human being that is a wicked?
No good. It's very wicked the policy. How Boko Haram every sickness causes in everywhere, people they die, people want to run, they go block us. Where is
I say people want to run, they go block us.
Why don't they wait? Come on, this country.
They go block us.
Huh? No good.
Okay.
Now, what of those people, those politicians where they go that day, they go treat themselves? Why they don't put that law? So they don't go there, go treat themselves. Now we the people where they put that law. It's not good.
It's
not good at all.
Okay.
It is we.
Okay. Thank you. Cosmos.
Cosmos.
Oh God. Hello. Okay. But we see the that's the other's name, man.
That remember 1986, 1985. I Yunus Polycarp. Calistus.
Festus. They know they give all those, very soon all those kind of go fade though. They're not going to see anybody again. Even children going to deny their papa for school. So your father's name is
Paulinus. They're going for short from Ayi. Ayi.
Hello. Okay, we lost that one. 081 700 951 or 0810 9510 951. Text message and WhatsApp 07019339962. Okay, all right. We still there. The show is still waiting. They happen. The way they come to you every Monday to Friday on top Today 95.1 FM. Now just at 7 minutes, you don't carry work past the hour of 5 o'clock. And today, I see Wednesday, 15th day inside the month of May. All of them stay inside 2019. Okay, Moko just the lines are worry, especially the second one. But try call anyone where they go, or if you send your text message, send your text message. Maybe network serve they already text message. I don't know. So anyone where you be, but just try reach us 0817000951 or 08109510 Hello, good evening.
Hello, it's Melon coming from Cuba.
You say he's waiting.
Emmanuel.
Melon.
That's
Egusi, welcome.
Go sweet way.
Egusi?
Melon, no be Egusi. Melon.
Now the English name of
what's the difference between Egusi and Melon?
English name.
What are you
Egusi
saying?
Melon.
Ha.
This one is English name.
Maybe English soup now.
For English, you answer melon soup. For Igbo, what will you answer?
Egusi.
Waiting is the same. Federal government, when they say make EU now reduce the number of visas they give to Nigeria. Many of the Africans now know this country, they see what we see.
Okay.
All the Africans of these people, when they talk this thing now, they outside country.
Okay.
So they know if you make that kind thing no go work. Another thing now, for boss, one thing when they see Nigeria will value waiting we get. Because see Nigeria man go put Ghana flag put in front of him motor, leave Nigeria home. So carry US flag put in front of him motor, leave Nigeria home. If it's Nigeria flag, why to value another person?
Oh, this one you talk enter.
Waiting in there, waiting in tongue now.
True. Where it is, you know they hear
waiting in tongue now.
True. Person away from Nigeria go carry Ghana flag, put for front of him motor. Oh God.
Now waiting in tongue.
Melon.
You don't go down for fire now. The man chop am now with fufu.
Melon, I'm gonna go bed and cook you, yeah? Anyway, see the restaurant better run if not.
They go follow. I know say egusi soup service same way. And this man get natural body odor because in go they smell egusi.
The fastest soup say when they done egusi. Before you go realize that.
They don't buy fufu for that.
People don't chop you, and they can't go see where you go stay again. Choba, very hungry people, food where
conductors, they
Choba extension, first mechanic, all these places.
Which first mechanic? Now, right? People working money they need you because never come the in depth. If you have come to the in depth of that place, you can only say people working money there.
The first way to secure your life, Melon, better pack out of Choba. Pack out of even though now this small room must make you come.
I don't tell you now.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Welcome.
Yeah, my name is Clement.
Your name is what? Clement.
Clement.
Oh, no, man. Welcome.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
What's in Bida?
Clement. Welcome.
Clement, I mean.
Among dog.
What's in now?
Clement,
don't mind my husband, Rabbit.
Among dog, ba.
So what? What's in it? Is that right now? What man they try to talk about?
Among fire.
Clement.
I'm not talking.
You don't. Why do that in now? I'm sure you don't because now. You don't do chim now.
That do that.
You don't make him chim.
Among dog. Clement.
Clement. You don't cause now.
Where you go to the problem now? Where you see a pipe of man they sing the video song?
What's in which of the song we don't?
Fire.
Funny but what's in now? I don't get them.
Hey, God.
Surely one of many young no. See, make I want young. I don't get them.
Quite a person causing this Shakiti Bob.
Oh, young Shakiti Bum. In Shangity, Sam Nasa, those with. We can't level, forget about.
Margot music, but they come out all this dirty. So you don't sing at the idea.
So my voice is not sweet.
Don't be your voice, not the music. the language.
We get to test Miss. This is for you. Quick. This one thing Uremi and Pastor talking from Corey friend, my neighbor, kept his new Bible on his dashboard. For Jays, the Bible became old. From Arachi says. This one say, Pastor and Uremi Corey friend, I am in Yerikwe. The sticker I am talking on front and back. Right now of my limousine car is Joseph of our time, or Jesus, the stone which the builder rejected. On a pick up. I am a dumbfounded.
Who's the name?
Angel, this angel. I don't know the spirit where they control this skill. So Jesus now stone with the wrong create.
Hey God.
Angel. The spirit where they control you, eh? You need to go for the deliverance.
Angel, I think Nagia.
Nagia, I'm going to say, greet my love, so, my daddy decreed.
So why can't say they put Joseph of our time? La Bagia.
Blessing a woman man with this. I don't know the spirit where they control them. Angel of darkness.
Find another name more.
Angel of darkness.
Find another name.
This angel, eh? I don't tire for my big anchor.
Find another name.
Okay. What is this?
081700. The line they very bad and poor.
You don't need connection.
Very bad.
Are you not a man of
bad and
only put on top of that line.
It's
now.
bad. Okay, now everything go worry God.
Lift that thing now. You don't take where you take or make him touch this line.
MTN no give good network. Who they worry God? God go yours. The angel go yours direct you go back. So go MTN office for Aba Road.
No, but when you speak the word, it's going to be a neutralization. I command that line right now. Kenyan cheeses, I command you receive a horizontal equilibrium. You go see I'm now a single connection. Now you go pick up.
This guy won't pick up.
You see I'm down side.
Hello.
Abasirion. Now you cut them now. Why you cut them? And I tell the call I say God go bless him.
I did a miracle of false prophet. You go there for the church. The cripple person go. I want the rich and say cripple back.
Why you can't? Because you know you're on your faith with me. You don't think you're on your faith with me. That is why this.
I can command my own. At this
so I know go phone connect. You know connection.
Receive it.
Now for we. Live Laba alone. Live Alaba. Live Alaba na Lagos today.
Alaba. Hey!
What do you mean? That's why they speak your tongue.
That's one day for my parlor they pray. Now my landlord's gone knock. Say brother, hope everything is okay.
If I tell him say make him come say get prayer point for him. You know see I'm the same spirit where they control. False prophet.
As I pray, lava. That's why the man knock.
Are you alright? Is anything the problem?
The pastor. Hope everything is okay.
In the room. When you give him the call, pastor said.
I saw a guy. I'm warming up.
Yes.
He said I'm warming up for the prayer. He said you never
start. Now you don't they shout. What thing will happen when you don't enter the in room?
Oh God. All right. Well, 081 time down was the finish stuff. We will carry.
I don't know what thing they do. The network is very bad.
The network is in Badamba today.
Yes.
And but no phone now.
The one way for yesterday, they are facing the medulla of the today brain of the ring.
Engineer them where then they?
Then they sleep.
All right, hello.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Yeah, evening, Oga. Welcome. Okay, this one don't connect now. Welcome.
This is Maxon calling from Greater.
You say your name now, waiting, Maxon?
Yes.
That's a Maxon?
Yes.
Well, what you be the meaning?
What you saying name me now?
Maxon.
Maxon.
Now
when you don't wear your son Max now, only you don't understand the name. When you wear Nathaniel, Nathan, you wear a Max. That is Maxon.
Okay,
now.
your son. Okay, Maxon.
A Maxon.
All right. So actually, I wanted to contribute this issue.
You wanted to contribute to our issue?
On your issue, only?
This matter with the grant.
Okay. Contribute.
Contribution, we are with you.
Okay,
I go stone you something. No, can't change this thing. Talk, Oga.
The issue now about this matter, if the government,
the issue about this matter.
Jace, that is the twin brother of the mattress.
If the government can also make it compulsory that even their own children, they should not give them this abroad. If there are children that they take abroad to school there, senators, House of Rep people, politicians, the visa should also be extended to them, not just the commoner.
Only are you listening to what this man, of course, is telling you? Why they fight?
Yes, go ahead.
You know the year was in their dog.
So if they do it like that, if it is a kind of a general thing that affects everybody, it should be good.
And it's bad.
Then everybody can abide by the rule, not that the rich will be exempted, then it's for the commoners and the poor.
Jace.
That's only the case. It would have been a good idea.
It's a very good one.
Okay.
But on the other hand, they could also, before they will say people should not, they should come back to Nigeria, they should make the country comfortable for people to stay.
Okay, Maxon.
It's not comfortable, people will always leave. So we have to look for a deliberate.
The deliberate, okay, thank you.
Only you understand what in this man
yes,
talks.
Maxon, yes.
You understand?
My guy, yes. My
you know
man.
if you understand.
Thank you.
Now me understand you. Thankful.
Thank you, Maxon.
Mangzin.
ṣàrí lẹ lọ. ebe la máa kó wa o wà ń lé wà mé ebe la máa kó wa o wà mé ebe la máa kó wa o wà ń lé wà mé ebe la máa kó wa o wà mé.
All right, hello.
Hello, Pastor.
Member, good evening. But talk quick before we go.
Okay, he's your friend, Chief Easy from Mokwachi community.
All right, Chief Easy, welcome.
What of my sister, Udeme?
I did. Good evening, sir.
Easy, Ameyan.
Hey, makeup.
Yeah. So how did me food today?
It's mehu rice.
Okay. That day I tell on a man send this thing for me for WhatsApp. Man, do something. I know
we will not see your own number now. We don't see your number. Now you go send your own number. Before we send you now. But we just go WhatsApp. You did yeah.
I say tap Chief Easy. You will just get me for WhatsApp. Tap for Chief Easy.
Ha!
without your contract.
Okay. Type Chief Easy for WhatsApp.
I won't give you the number now. I'm going to call the number for you now.
No call. I'm sending them a text message.
This message, you don't die.
Okay. Because I just enter Port Harcourt now.
It may just put me send them there right in name bracket.
I just put your name, Chief Easy. Right, send them for WhatsApp or text message. We'll get them tomorrow. We'll reach you.
So how do you move now for the country?
You say you just enter now. Where you from the enter?
This one where they say they want to withdraw our visa finish. So they will not run again.
I really run. What's the pursue now?
I don't know this beautiful country.
You know, say money no dey the country, and food no dey. So everywhere they run, make hunger no kill them.
This country get money, forget about.
Then what of the people where they run, say they won't go save
now them long throats they do them.
Okay, for medical checkup.
The ones where they run say they won't go save their life. They go withdraw their own too.
No, you see, they want to work on their life, so it's allowed.
Okay, then me, I want to work on my future.
Chinekele. For this your age, now you see they do future.
Hey, old chief like you.
Chief.
You know, since there is life, there is future.
Chinekele. Okay. Future chief.
I work on my own future now.
Okay. All right. So we're done here. Thank you.
Tell them maybe allow me now run out too.
Yeah. All right. No problem. Tomorrow, prepare.
They want to save their life.
Why
not? The old doctors where they get here, they don't make use of them.
Okay, Chief, we're done here.
They go make use of them.
Market. We will. Nobody will run it again.
Okay.
Yes. Everybody will stay in this country.
Hi, this will. Chief AC.
Abeg,
tutupong weekend we saw, we can curious.
All right, I'm gonna bye yo.
Your premium talk radio station, Today 95.1 FM. And we have great news for you guys. First of all, I'd like you to answer a few questions. Are you hungry for financial freedom?
And also, do you desire an alternative source of income?
Are you tired of landlord wahala?
Do you crave for a cruise that is in your dream car?
What about a world-class quality education for your children?
And hey, how would you love to get a genuine wealth and good legacies for your children?
Do you think you're ready for an all-expense-paid holiday trip abroad?
Hey, are you passionate about becoming your own boss?
Or better still, do you want to get a better source of income?
Do you seek an extra source that can pay even better than your regular job?
Well, if your answer to all or any of this is yes, then I suggest that you key into our unique partnership program, which gives you a great opportunity to achieve all or any of these goals and desires without stress. And you even stand a chance to own property at zero cost.
It's simple. Join us every Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays in our Work With Us seminars, trainings, and workshop. It holds at Suite 7, Bema Plaza, number 24, Isiokbo Street. It's off Kaduna Street by Winners Chapel, D-Line, Port Harcourt. And the time is 10 a.m. Admittance is free. And guess what? First 5 people to come get a free gift each. Offer valid while stock lasts. Simply come and your life will definitely get better.
All right, talking about definitely getting better and 5 people getting free stuff. If you want to be among the first 5 people, all you need to do is call the following phone numbers to make bookings or find inquiries or even make reservations. Pretty simple. You can call Melford on 0818 88 88634, 0818 88 88634, or you call Vicky on 0818 1075 555, 0818 1075 555. This is powered by P1 Royale for P1 Group.
You can't sit at home and let this opportunity pass you by. For you to enjoy all these benefits, join us every Tuesday, Thursdays, and Saturdays in our Work With Us seminars, trainings, and workshop. It holds at Suite 7, Bema Plaza, number 24, Isiokbo Street, off Kaduna Street by Winners Chapel, D-Line, Port Harcourt. I must confess, I have never seen something like this before. You get so many free things. You get an alternative source of income, financial freedom, and of course, what we all long for, landlord wahala is over. You get to cruise in your dream car. Something like Lamborghini doesn't sound bad. And then your children, they get the world-class quality education you have always wanted. So what exactly are you waiting for? Why not join us with P1 Royale and P1 Group? Join us every Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays in our Work With Us seminars, trainings, and workshop. It holds at Suite 7, Bema Plaza, number 24, Isiokbo Street. It's off Kaduna Street by Winners Chapel, D-Line, Port Harcourt. And the time is 10 a.m. Admittance is free. And guess what? First 5 people to come get a free gift each.
Call the following phone numbers to make bookings or find inquiries or even make reservations. Pretty simple. You can call Melford on 0818 88 88634, 0818 88 88634, or you call Vicky on 0818 1075 555, 0818 1075 555, 0818 1075 555. This is powered by
P1 Royale for P1 Group.
Whether it's happening in Port Harcourt, South South, Nigeria, or around the world, we've got you covered. On air, online, delivering balanced news and unbiased analysis. Today, 95.1 FM.
This is Today, 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt. News.
Good evening. This is the world news at 6 on your premium talker radio today, 95.1 FM Port Harcourt. I am Kala Dakurubatubo. The headlines. Court restrained the FCC, DSS, police, and other law enforcement agencies from arresting Senator Bukola Saraki. Nigeria National Petroleum Commission (NNPC) recovers debts to tune of $1.6 billion. Both owners decries increase in sea pirates attacks on Okrika waterways. On the foreign scene, UK Prime Minister Theresa May moves for final Brexit battle with members of Parliament. Now, the details. President Mahmoud Buhari has said he hopes for better relationship with the 9th National Assembly. The president said this when he broke his Ramadan fast with the leadership of the National Assembly. He said the role of the National Assembly is pivotal to the growth and development of any country.
The principal task is to cooperate with the executive so that together we can fashion policies that will lift our people out of poverty and illiteracy. I appeal to the distinguished senators and honorable members to subordinate all personal interests and ambitions to the imperative of working for the common good of our people. Relations between the executive and the legislature were not the best in the 8th National Assembly. I sincerely hope each one of us will do his uttermost to ensure there is a better working relationship between these two arms of government in the 9th Assembly so that we can serve the people better.
Among those present were the President of the Senate, Bukola Saraki, Deputy President of the Senate, Ike Ikweremadu, Speaker Yakubu Dugara, Senator Ahmed Lawan, among others. The Federal High Court in Abuja has restrained the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission and other agencies involved in the probe of Senate President Bukola Saraki over corruption allegations. Senator Saraki had filed two separate fundamental rights enforcement suits before the court to challenge the decision of the EFCC to seize his houses. Ruling on an ex parte application filed along with the substantive suit by Saraki, Justice Taiwo ordered the anti-corruption body and the other 5 respondents to the suit to stay action on the probe pending the hearing and determination of the motion on notice filed by the applicant. The 6 respondents to the suit affected by the restraining order are the Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami, Department of State Services, Inspector General of Police, Mohammed Adamu, EFCC, Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission, and Code of Conduct Tribunal. The House of Representatives has passed the 346 billion naira budget for Niger Delta Development Commission in 2019. The passage followed the consideration and adoption of the report by the House Committee on NDDC on the budget. The lawmakers considered the budget as a committee of supply. A breakdown of the budget showed that 19.5 billion naira is for personnel costs, while 12.7 billion naira is for overhead expenditure. Similarly, 2.8 billion naira is for capital expenditure, while 311.3 billion naira is for development projects for the service of the NDDC. Group Managing Director, Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, NNPC, Maikanti Baru, has said the corporation had recovered $1.6 billion from some companies fleecing one of its subsidiaries. Baru disclosed this while fielding questions from newsmen in Abuja after a visit by officials of the Chartered Institute of Forensic and Investigative Professionals of Nigeria. He also said that under his watch, the corporation had made significant progress in terms of fraud detection, prevention, and control. The NNPC boss, Baru, added that the recovery was possible as all staff of the corporation and its business partners had imbibed transparency in all areas of their operations. CIFIPN is an anti-fraud organization saddled with the responsibility of providing skills to professionals from relevant fields on the use of science and technology to detect, prevent, and investigate fraud, and also put some measures to prevent future occurrence. The Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, NIMASA, says it generated over 22 billion naira to the Consolidated Revenue Fund in 2018. Director General of NIMASA, Dakuku Peterside, who disclosed this when he appeared before the Senate Committee on Marine and Transport in Abuja, added that this is the highest ever contribution coming from NIMASA since its inception. Peterside said NIMASA proposed 112 billion for the 2019 fiscal year. He said the agency in the year 2019 would be focusing on closing out all ongoing projects and would continue to give priority attention to maritime security, which has been a challenge for some time. The movement for the survival of the Ogoni people has dissociated itself from recent calls for the dissolution of the hydrocarbon pollution and remediation project and its governance structures, including the Governing Council and the Board of Trustees of the Ogoni Trust Fund. Mossop described the call as ill-conceived, unpatriotic, and inciting, which should be discountenanced. He said what needs to be done at this time in the implementation of the UNEP report is for the government to commit itself to ensuring absolute security and confidence building in the communities by ensuring that the project coordinating office and the various structures working for the success of the project undertake their respective assignments on INDAD. Mossop said IPREP has been working, which, according to it, can be verified on the ground where work has commenced in some communities. It said it is imperative, considering the continuous impact and damage on Ogoni people and community, to encourage the process and support the activities by cooperating with efforts directed towards the success of the exercise than engaging in or calling for actions that would impede or cause serious setback to the cleanup project in the area. Mossop also said the call for dissolution of the IPREP Council was not necessary and is capable of inciting the uninformed audience, as there was no basis for doing so, if not for what he described as selfish reason and desire to truncate the already started process and progress made so far. The position of Mossop was contained in a statement issued by its acting publicity secretary, Sonny Zova. Owners of speedboats plying the Okrika route have blamed the spate of sea pirates' attack on unknown individuals who sail from neighboring states to attack boats in River State. The speedboat owners came up with these as residents of Okrika in Okrika local government area now live in fear due to constant attack by sea pirates. Chairman of Speedboat Owners Association of Okrika, Gentleman Ahmad BP George Ota, in an interview with correspondent Elfred Alariti, lamented that attacks on speedboats have become a regular occurrence, adding sea pirates now use Taraba Al Marine Creek to Marine Base Creek as their hideouts to attack commuters. Gentleman Ahmad BP George Ota also decried the level of debris on the waterways which gets in the way of boats, making them vulnerable for attack.
Our challenges are numerous, and we've been shouting them over and over. Governments have given deaf ears to our voice of reason. The kind of refuse floating on our waterways is so much, and is causing accidents, mishap. Every day, we have asked government to assist us in cleaning our waterways of this rubbish and the refuge that is floating. Aside of this, we're also facing serious security challenges. Our people traveling on river from one end of our state to the other are subjected to serious harassment and every kind of torture by the sea pirates. Imagine that sometimes men and women in the boat will be made to go nude. Their valuable belongings, including cash, will be removed, and sometimes too, lives are also lost. Pray that government should come to our aid. And most of these people caught, you can find that if there are 6, only one of them will be of Rivers Indy. Otherwise, all of them coming from the neighboring states.
Chairman of Speedboat Drivers Union, Okrika, Gibson Clement Igwan, narrated how debris aided the killing of a boat driver while trying to escape sea pirates' attack.
Mostly the propeller, that is the gearbox, got stuck. This water, we like call them high scent or stop the engine, pull the engine. After that, he found out that a boat was coming towards him. That is his conductor, the deccan, walking with him, is his son. Told the father, Daddy, there's a boat coming towards us. As he was driving, they tried to approach him. He decided to increase the speed limit. As he was going, another debris got stuck to the engine. There, he wanted to loose or to unloose that debris. The engine failed. Then the approaching boat lapped them. First, with a warning shot for them to jump down. He told his son, my friend, jump down immediately. So the son jumped down. While he was jumping down, it seems the fuel line was in his hand. So he jumped out from the boat with the fuel line. When they found out this man has gone out with the fuel line, they shot him.
When contacted, Chairman of Okrika local government area promised to react to the development. 7 suspected kidnappers, including a female, are standing trial before Justice George Omereji of the State High Court sitting in Port Harcourt over alleged kidnapping and killing of one Anthony Okoro. Oluchi Charles Miracle Alamina Ogogo Basi, Uchena Amechi, Ifani Simon, Stanley, and one other are alleged to have conspired and kidnapped one Anthony Okoro after inflicting gun wounds on him. The suspects and others at large are alleged to have committed the crime on the 29th of May 2016 within Afam Oku in Oyibo local government area of the state. The police officer in charge of the investigation, who was in court, alleged that the victim's Range Rover Jeep is believed to have been given to Oluchi Charles as a part of her share, which she later took to Jos in Plateau State to sell. The officer said the victim, Anthony Okoro, was taken from his house, shot, and taken to Afam Uku in his pool of blood, where he later died. The trial judge, after listening to the testimony of the police officer, adjourned to 25th of May for continuation of trial. Heavy exchange of gunfires between suspected criminals and security operatives was reported today around Jare in Port Harcourt. Our correspondent who encountered the incident reports a police personnel who were believed to have trailed the criminals from a different location clashed with them around Woji Junction in Jare, which caused panic among passerby. The criminals, on sighting the policemen, opened fire on them before escaping through Orazi area. There was, however, no casualty. Alternative dispute resolution through Public Complaints Commission has been suggested to the general public as against the regular use of the judiciary in resolving conflicts. The National Secretary of PCC, Bala Muhammad, who made the suggestion, said alternative dispute resolution would help to save costs and time of the individuals and restore absolute peace among the parties. Muhammad spoke while delivering a lecture during a one-day enlightenment workshop on mechanism for addressing citizens' grievances in a democratic dispensation put together by the Public Complaints Commission in River State. He stressed the need for government to make and enforce policies that will ensure prosecution and recovery of funds from criminal and looters, which he said would help end kidnapping, banditry, and other criminal activities in the country.
Telling the Nigerian public that Public Complaints Commission is the best place for anybody who is aggrieved on administrative injustice to come and lodge a complaint. Because it is cheap, it is friendly, and it is very fast. Faster than the courts. In Public Complaints Commission, we speak the language that you will understand. And at the end of our case, we want to restore parties to the position they used to be before the complaint. Unlike when you have a litigation, the other party, at the end of the litigation, you are sworn enemies. In Public Complaints Commission will bring you back to be friends in either eliminating or reducing it to the various minimum, particularly issue of kidnapping and banditry, is to come out with a policy or ransom.
In his welcome address, the Federal Commissioner, PCC, in the State Marshal Israel called for collaboration with stakeholders for effective investigation and resolution of complaints, which he believes will usher in peace and stability in the polity.
You know that the Public Complaint Commission has a mandate to investigate and address administrative injustice in all strata of government, including companies that are registered and are operating in Nigeria. But unfortunately and regrettably here, not just here to Rivers State, a lot of people are not aware of the fact that they can actually get practical justice without paying any time. And that was the reason why we sat down and said we must lighten the public, Rivers people, so that they can have a place where they will lodge their rest assured that it will be resolved. And I know that after this program, a lot of complaints and cases will come. So we are not running away from them. We are inviting people to come and we will resolve their complaints. And I'm also using this opportunity to call for collaboration and support vis-a-vis partnership. We have encountered a lot of challenges and we're still encountering them.
Correspondent Uchendu Ejowo reports that heads of other government agencies were also present at the event. You're listening to the World News on Today 95.1 FM, Voice of the People. After the break, more news before the foreign scene. Stay tuned.
Every day, every hour, when the big stories break, depend on our 24-hour news team to bring you the latest. Today, 95.1 FM.
95.1 FM, Voice of the People.
And we're back.
You're still listening to the World News on Today 95.1 FM, Voice of the People. Welcome back. The Presidential Election Petition Tribunal has asked the People's Democratic Party and its candidate Atiku Abubakar to file a formal application asking the President of the Court of Appeal and Chairman of the five-man panel, Justice Zainab Okachua, to withdraw as a member of the tribunal. The directive of the tribunal came after a meeting held with lawyers involved in the petition. Justice Bukachua, who announced the decision of the tribunal, said that the petitioner's legal team, led by Levi Uzoku, who is a senior advocate of Nigeria, asked her to recuse herself from the panel at the meeting held in Chambers. She said since the matter was already in the public domain, the panel had decided to have the issue treated openly. Our correspondent reports that the tribunal adjourned till May 22 for the hearing of the petitioner's application. The national chairman of the PDP, Uche Secondus, had written a letter demanding that Justice Bukachua disqualify herself from further participation in the panel. In its letter received in the Court of Appeals President's office in Abuja, the PDP had alleged that as the chairman of the five-man panel, it would likely be biased in the handling of the tribunal's proceedings because of her ties to family members belonging to the All Progressives Congress. Meanwhile, the People's Democratic Party, PDP, has dissociated itself from the call on the Presidential Election Tribunal to stop the inauguration of President Muhammadu Buhari on May 29. Spokesman of the PDP Campaign Council, Kasim Afegbua, said the PDP, as a law-abiding party, understands the importance of the rules of the Constitution. Afegbua added that the Democratic Party is on its own in the application it made before the tribunal.
The People's Democratic Party filed a petition to the tribunal challenging the outcome of the 2019 elections. We are not Hope Democratic Party. I haven't heard of that party before. And I'm not sure they are doing the bidding of the PDP, and they won't do the bidding of the PDP because we are very conversant with the provisions of the Constitution 1999. 4-year tenure expires 29th of May. Another 4-year tenure will commence. Even though we have issues with the outcome of the elections, we are not going to allow a vacuum. We are law-abiding political party. We are law-abiding Nigerians. We will ensure that we pursue this tribunal case to a logical conclusion and ensure and through the process advance very cogent reasons with evidence at the tribunal to convince the justices that Alhaji Atiku Abubakar actually won the election of 2019.
The Hope Democratic Party filed a motion seeking an order of the Presidential Election Tribunal restraining President Muhammadu Buhari from presenting himself to be sworn in on May 29, 2019. The party is also seeking an order restraining the Chief Justice of Nigeria from swearing in, administering the oath of office and oath of allegiance to the President on May 29, 2019. A high court in Kano State has declared the appointment and the installation of 4 new emirs by the Kano State government as null and void. The court ordered a return to status quo pending the hearing of the suit against the appointment of the emirs. 4 new emirs were sworn in by Kano State Governor Abdullahi Ganduje following the balkanization of the century-old emirate by the Kano State government that followed an unusual fast passage of a bill by the Kano State House of Assembly. Ganduje was accused of carrying out a personal vendetta against the Emir of Kano, Muhammad Sanusi, in order to whittle down his influence in one of Nigeria's oldest traditional institutions. But the governor insisted that the future of the state was taken into consideration before Kano Emirate was divided into 5 smaller units. On the foreign scene, reports say UK Prime Minister Theresa May has set the stage for a 4th showdown with Parliament over our EU withdrawal deal next month, which could also be her last act as Britain's Prime Minister. After talks with opposition Labour leader Jeremy Corbyn, May announced that MPs would vote on legislation to implement the Brexit deal in the week starting June 3. But Labour warned it had not yet agreed to support the bill, while May's Northern Irish allies said that unless the EU agreement changed, they would not back it. Sky News reports that setting a date for the next Parliament vote without an agreement with Labour is a gamble. If she loses, May cannot hold another in the current parliamentary session. Senior Iranian officials has warned the U.S. against conflict as Russia's foreign minister spoke of a downward spiral and the U.S. narrative of a deepening threat from Iran was questioned and contradicted. Iranian leaders, including Supreme Leader Ayatollah Khamenei, said Tehran does not want a war that would devastate the region. They denied Iranian involvement in attacks on oil tankers in the Gulf and on a Saudi oil station, raising the possibility of sabotage. And they charged that Washington was unnecessarily escalating tensions with Tehran. In sports, former Croatia international Igor Stimac has been appointed as the new coach of the Indian men's national team. Executive committee ratified the recommendation by the technical committee. Stigmak, who coached Croatia previously in a 15-month spell, will now succeed Steven Konstantin. The 51-year-old had previously taken charge of the Croatian national team in July 2012 before resigning from his role in October 2013. On entertainment, Nigerian rapper Zlatan Ibile has regained his freedom 5 days after being arrested alongside Naira Marley and 3 others over their alleged involvement with cybercrime. However, while 4 of them were released, Naira Marley remains in custody due to some incriminating items allegedly found inside his laptop. Zlatan Ibile, Rahman Jago, and 2 others were freed on bail and are expected to report to the FCC anytime they are invited. The music stars were arrested last week by the anti-graft agency FCC for alleged internet fraud. To end the news, here is a summary of the major stories. A federal high court has restrained the FCC, DSS, police and other law enforcement agencies from arresting Senate President Bukola Saraki. The Nigerian National Petroleum Commission, NNPC, has said it has recovered debts to the tune of $1.6 billion. We also told you that boat owners have decried the increase in sea pirates' attacks on the Africa waterways. On the foreign scene, you heard that UK Prime Minister Theresa May has moved for a final Brexit battle with members of Parliament. That was the news as edited by Victor Ezeama. For comments and enquiries, please call 0815-341-8657 or 0814-434-3502 or send your emails to news@todayfmlive.com. You can also read our stories on www.todayfmlive.com. I am Kala Dakarubatubo. Thank you for listening. Stay tuned to Today 95.1 FM. Soccer Nation is up next.
Today's news, today's entertainment, today's sports, today's issues. Today on Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt. Radio has never been this good. Today 95.1 FM, Port Harcourt.
Yeah, good evening and welcome to another fantastic, scintillating, exciting edition of Soccer Nation, the best 15 minutes of football you can find anywhere on radio. It's your Superman in the world of sports, Wisdom Obinan. I'm set to fly you through the ever-exciting world of football. I'm not alone in the show today. I've got Victor Oriahi. Victor, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Wisdom. Good evening to everyone listening.
All right, Reliable Reliance is also in the building.
Hi, Wisdom. Hi, Victor. Hi, everyone listening. It's great to be here.
Of course, we have loaded stories coming in from first the local scene as usual, as much as the European scene. Now, yesterday we got to, of course, receive that a question of the list, yes, for the AFCON. All this and a whole lot more will be coming your way right after this timeout.
To Gunners them, 49 matches, them not beaten. All Blues with the halo. Blues to the Red Devils, to the Citizens, Terry Bossa, to the Red Army. Una no go ever waka alone. Yes, sir. And for all of una with the ginger for English Premier League, oya cool down with Coke way chill and Lego.
Coca-Cola is the official soft drink partner of the English Premier League.
It's the feeling.
All right, welcome back. The show is still Soccer Nation, the best 15 minutes of football you can find anywhere on radio. And of course, we kick off with the local scene. Yesterday, the one that have been making the rounds has been the buzzer about the release of the names of the players that will be participating at this year's Africa Cup of Nations. But first of all, before we get to look at that list, there were some games held today, in the MPFL. And we just look at the scores quickly. 3 games were took place in the MPFL. Enugu Rangers, they did beat Bendel Insurance 1-0. Maintaining their place on top of the log right there. 1-0 ended between them and Bendel Insurance. Niger Tornadoes did beat MFM FC, shockingly, right? The MFM FC's hopes of getting to the playoffs now in the balance, as they did lose 1-0 right there to Niger Tornadoes. In the other game between Abia Warriors and looks like we got an away result in that one between Abia Warriors and let's just get to confirm that in the jiffy. But between Enugu Rangers, they've now extended at least till tomorrow's games are played. They've now extended it to 7 points, till they get to face off tomorrow. Other games will be coming up tomorrow right there in the MPFL. And we'll move straight to the Super Eagles. The list came out yesterday. Some have been maybe crediting the list as good enough. Some also don't really believe in that list. But let me just run through the names on the list. We have in goal, Francis Uzoho, Ikechukwu Ezenwa, Daniel Akpeyi, defenders Olaoluwa Aina, Abdullahi Shehu, Chidozie Awaziem, William Troost Ekong, Leon Balogun, Kenneth Omeruo, Jamiu Collins, Shemi Ajayi, all in defense. In midfield, we just have 4 names there. Mikel John Obi, he's back. Wilfred Ndidi, Ogenekaro Etebo, and John Ogu. For forwards, we've got Ahmed Musa, Victor Osimhen, Moses Simon, Henry Onyekuru, Odion Yalo, Alexander Iwobi, Samuel Kalo, Paul Onwacho, Kelechi Iheanacho, Samuel Chukwueze. But we also have 1 or 2 players listed on standby. Theophilus Afelukai, Brian Idowu, Ikonwem Udo, Mikel Agu, and Junior Ajayi, as well as Enyimbas Valentine Ozonwafo. Let me come to you, Reliance. What do you make of this list? What has been your biggest surprise among the names in this list?
I'm okay. The list is quite okay. No surprises for me. Just that we just have 4 midfielders. A lot of persons have been asking questions about just 4 midfielders. How is it going to cope in case of injury and all that? But I want to remind us that some of the players right there in the attacking positions could actually delve into the midfield and do a couple of things. When I say that, if we quickly recall Alex Iwobi, you can as well attack from the midfield. Even what's his name now?
Samuel Chukwueze.
Not really. Ahmed Musa himself, can do things from the flanks of the midfield as well. So it's not totally just that the outstanding midfielders are just 4, right there in the list. And then the list is going to be trimmed down. I'm pretty certain that this man shouldn't make the final list, talking about Kelechi Iheanacho, considering his form with Leicester City. So the list is quite much okay. And looking at the standby, when I saw the standby players, I asked myself, what's the need of including Valentino Zonwafo and Eko Mutin in that particular standby, whereas they are active for the under-20 side?
All right, before I come to you, Victor, just a confirmation of the Abia Warriors. Yes, I was actually following that one. It was 1-0 in favor of El Kanemi Warriors. But I can tell you for free that Abia Warriors came back from that 1-0 down. Suleiman actually gave El Kanemi Warriors the lead in the 2nd minute. But Abia Warriors came back from that one to beat El Kanemi Warriors 2-1. Victor, let's just look at the list. I'm sure tomorrow we'll get more chance to focus on the MPFL. What do you make of this list? We've seen the names already. The fact that Mikel Obi has been included back into the setup, is this a good move or not too fair a move?
We've stated this for a while now, and I'm still going to restate it. Mikel Obi brings something to the team that right now every single player in this team lacks. We want to say that our team is probably one of the youngest. A lot of them are debutants right there in the African Cup of Nations. But then the fact that John Obi Mikel brings a sort of stability and calmness to the game, and also the link-up play between the defense and the attack, as he's a very pivotal force right there in the midfield. So for me, Mikel Obi deserves that call-up to the side, and it's almost certain that we know for sure he's going to make the final list, because he said it in an interview yesterday that I'm going to be going to Egypt. It isn't a gamble. He knows it for sure, and for me it's a good one, because whether we like it or not, Mikel Obi is something. He does something to the team that I don't think any player can do at the moment. And someone stated something to me yesterday, and I just think I buy into that school of thought as well. He said this might be Mikel's last tournament. Most likely, it's going to be Mikel's last tournament with the Super Eagles. So how about we give him a befitting farewell? Maybe Nigeria wins the trophy. We don't know yet, but at least Mikel will be playing in the African Cup of Nations will be a good farewell for him.
All right, straight we move to Europe. All right, we stop off first at Manchester United, where Jose Mourinho, yes, he has been speaking, and he says that the management, the players, and the team as a whole is the problem of Manchester United. That is the administration, management, and the players. Recall that Jose Mourinho was at the helm of affairs just before January, December, when he was actually sent out of the team, and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was brought in as interim manager. Jose Mourinho has been talking ever since, and of course today he came out to make a statement stating that the problem with United, of course, it has re-echoed and showed up again, that it's the players. I'll quote him. This is what he said, and I quote: the problem with Manchester United are the players, the management, and the team. And I will also repeat, Paul Pogba has nothing to do with my sacking. Victor, Mourinho, classic Mourinho, of course, still in the words. These days he does punditry a lot, talking about the fact that United problem is the management, the team, and maybe the association and the whole players. That is 3 major factors, everybody included. Is he right?
Definitely. When we started the season, we saw Ole Gunnar Solskjaer firing from all cylinders, and we believed, okay, yes, this is going to be the season for Manchester United. Manchester United fans began to make more that, okay, yes, that they have a possibility, yes, of making of finishing as Premier League champions, but they didn't even make it to the Champions League. And that's the truth, because over time we saw that ginger per se die down, and you've got to say the problems in the team. It doesn't look like a certain Ole Gunnar Solskjaer problem, because the same problem that we saw in Manchester United under Jose Mourinho, the problem was not handled, the problem was not dealt with, it was just sugar-coated. So we saw Manchester United have some good run of games, and we believe, okay, yes, they are back, but that's not the truth. The truth is it was just coated, and eventually when that sugar coating was leaked out of, we eventually saw the true color of Manchester United again, which shows the presence and reestablishes the fact that the problem with Manchester United is actually what Jose Mourinho stated. He was there, he has been there, and so he knows what he's saying. He's just talking out of the box, he knows what he's saying. All right,
let me come to you, Reliance. This statement is something that confirms or reiterates the fact that United they've been a flop this season. Can Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, do you see him galvanizing this bunch quickly?
He can. It depends on if he'll be given the, shall I say, 100% control of that particular team. Manchester United's problem, just like Mourinho stated, is beyond the players, goes into the management as well. And I think Mourinho also forgot to say that he had his own fair share of the problem. But that being said, what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer needs to do right now is to review that team. He has been saying that over and over. So he can get back the team into shape, but some cash needs to be injected into that team so that some fresh legs could be brought in, and then some players allowed to go, just like the likes of Pogba and Diarella are being tipped to leave the team. So if you ask me if did I just say Jose Mourinho now? If Ole Gunnar Solskjaer can galvanize the team, get back to his shape, certainly he can.
All right, let's move to Spain and tell you that Barcelona are expected to sign Antoine Griezmann from Atletico Madrid, but Felipe Coutinho's agent says he will not replace the Brazilian. Now, let me quote, this is what he said, and I quote, the rumors of Griezmann moving to Barcelona lies with the club, but he will not be replacing Felipe Coutinho. Now, Coutinho has fallen out of favor in the team as a result, I think, in terms of the fans, basically as a result of his performances this season. The rumors of Griezmann moving to Barcelona came out yesterday when Griezmann announced that he will be leaving Atletico Madrid, and it just looks like Barcelona might be cashing on him. £108 million we hear in that region for him to move over to the new camp. And a little flip into England, where David Luiz is convinced Abramovich still loves Chelsea. Now, rumors have been filtering that Abramovich might be considering selling the English side, but David Luiz, who claimed he spoke with Abramovich just earlier this week, insists that Abramovich is not willing to sell the club and still loves the team and is still very passionate about the team. Now, recall that Abramovich was actually giving some visa issues in England, but has been able to solve that issue after securing an Israeli citizenship. We wait to see. Will he sell the club? Will he not? A lot of issues coming out right there in England. And let me come to you, Victor. You look at the fact that Abramovich was actually stopped at some point, has issues with the rumors, even claim they were trying to victimize him, with the team. Do you still think he still has passion? Now, he has not watched any game of the team this season because of the issues. Do you still think Abramovich would be willing to stick with Chelsea?
Well, you never know. It depends. Because apart from he makes quite a lot of money from Chelsea. You've got to say that. So aside the fact that the current what he's going through in the team and the fact that he hasn't watched any of their games, I still think this guy is someone that has a huge part of his heart for Chelsea. I mean, Abramovich, unlike every other manager, I want to compare him to the managers in charge of, or the persons in charge of Manchester United and the likes. I see Roman Abramovich doing something that so many managers do not do. This guy, he's so keen to get trophies, so eventually you see him sack managers just so they eventually get trophies, and that's the most important thing. So for Roman Abramovich, I think he would eventually become, maybe remain, not sell the club rather, and stay as the owner of Chelsea.
All right, before we leave the studio, as usual, let's run through some transfer tidbits making the round. Now, we brought you an earlier report of Felipe Griezmann actually probably moving to Barcelona. Now we can also tell you that Bayern Munich have opened discussions with Manchester City over the potential summer transfer of 23-year-old German winger Leroy Sané. Barcelona's Champions League defeat by Liverpool has convinced the club, as I told you, to sign Antoine Griezmann, who announced he would be leaving Atletico Madrid. Meanwhile, Real Madrid have made a move for French midfielder Paul Pogba, who's 26 years of age, with Manchester United increasingly open to a £150 million deal. Lastly, before we leave, let's tell you that despite reports, Real Madrid have agreed a deal of £86 million for Chelsea's Eden Hazard. The Blues are holding out for £100 million. And that's all we can take on today's edition of Soccer Nation, the best 15 minutes of football you can find anywhere on radio. I did this show with Victor Riahi and Reliable Reliance. My name is Wisdom Obina, and as always, I will urge you to go out tonight and have for yourself a football-filled evening. Gracias.
Port Harcourt, Bud X Bars is here. 15 bars, 5 weeks with the kings of the turntables. DJ Consequence, DJ Nana, DJ E Cool, and DJ Crowd Controller. Experience epic parties every weekend from the 3rd of May. Follow at Budweiser Nigeria for updates. Be a king.
Day was a fairy tale, you were the prince. I used to be a damsel in distress. You took me by the...
Who's the girl on the radio?
What's up, Hey City is the classy, sassy, cool radio diva, MJ Sampson, and you're listening to Entertainment Recap.
I control number, yeah. Thank God for the homies, she'll be the control numbers.
And yes, people, with Entertainment Recap. And Bobrisky does not know his gender. Either he's a guy or a female. Okay, female. Just pick one for him already. My name is MJ. For all of your entertainment juicy gases, keep it locked down.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Level up, 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 level up. All this on me so yummy, all this sauce so yummy. No, you want this yummy, yummy all in your tummy. Level up, 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 level up. All this on me so yummy, all this sauce so yummy. No, you want this yummy, yummy all in your tummy. Them more mistakes are gone, I won't do them no more. That's old news, that's new news. I done did that before. I turn nothing to something. My comeback on 100. Let's talk it, more action. You just gon' see coming. I just keep elevating.